Oh, that is very satisfying to watch. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'm going to be checking out a Korean street food type restaurant here in the Melbourne CBD area. It's called Sinjeon. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's basically got topokki, which is a Korean street food type dish. I think I've had topokki before, but I don't remember. It's been so long since I've had it. So yeah, I'm going to catch up with my cousin as well. I got invited by PR, so I'm really excited. Hopefully it's not too spicy. I haven't had spicy food in quite some time. So I've just gotten off at Melbourne Central train station. I'm just going to make my way to Sinjeon. So it's actually closer to Flagstaff train station, but I just wanted to check out a couple of things at Melbourne Central before I headed over there. I'm not gonna lie, the weather today is quite miserable. It's been raining, I think pretty much since last night. It's been storming. Today it's been pretty much been raining. It's only recently just stopped, which I'm really happy about because now I can take some footage. But hopefully it stays that way because I'd like to wander around a little bit before I head home. So I have to send some mail back because I keep getting letters from the old tenants from my old place. So I've just put return to sender, but like look at that, it's got cobwebs. Personally I thought that was pretty bad, but then I looked at this one. Oh hell no. No. I'm finding another mailbox if I had to use that. Sinjeon is located along Healy's Lane, which is basically in the Melbourne CBD area, and this whole laneway I didn't even realise was all pretty much filled with Korean restaurants, and it just reminded me being back in Asia, which was such a nostalgic thing really. Even look here, like at the front of the store they have this TV showing you guys how they make tteokbokki, and they also have the replica of the fake food, which brings back memories. So this is basically how they present their food, very common in Korean and Japanese restaurants. So here's a little look at the menu. So they gave us a Sinjeon set for 2 people essentially, and as you guys can see we have got the melted cheese being poured on the tteokbokki. If you don't know what tteokbokki is, it's basically a chili paste based sauce, and then you have rice cakes in there. Obviously we had cheese on ours, and the rest of the things on the table, as you guys can see, we've got some fried chicken. I have this pear drink, I think it's called galbae. It's really good. And then we have some ramyun. We also have the chunky dog, and then we also had some fried sticks that you basically dip into the tteokbokki. I nearly forgot what it was called. And then we also have some kimbap, which is basically that sushi looking thing on the table as well. Alright, so I've got this Korean drink. I'm not sure what it is. I think it's pear. That's what it looks like. I'll give it a try. We'll see after. Ooh, yum. Very nice and fresh. As you guys saw, there was like a variety of food on the table. I went first for the ramen, and then I went for the chicken. Everything was really nicely flavored, nothing too salty, nothing too spicy either, which honestly surprised me because whenever I'd watch videos of people talking about tteokbokki, they always say it's like really spicy, but this was actually palatable. Like it was spicy, don't get me wrong, it was spicy, but it wasn't like, oh my god, my whole mouth is on fire. It was like spicy but really nice. Here I'm showing you guys what the rice cake looks like. I'm not very good with chopsticks, so please do not judge me with my chopstick technique. But basically the rice cakes have absorbed the sauce, and it's just really nice. Here my cousin is showing us how to kind of like get that melted cheese on the rice cake. I mean, we're both not professionals, but you know, this is like the best thing we could come up with. And here I've got the chunky dog thing. It's basically a corn dog. You basically dip it into the tteokbokki sauce as well. This also has all the other sauces on top of it as well, but it was really good. It was really nice, and I'd like to say fluffy and just flavorful. As you guys can see, we didn't finish everything. There was just so much food on the table. I would say maybe 3 people can do this like set for 2. We ended up taking some of the kimbap, that sushi looking thing, home because yeah, it was just so much food. It was so good. Highly recommend you guys check it out. Great value for money. Hey guys, so I am back home. I am still very full. I think it's been like 2 hours since we ate and I'm still really full. So after the restaurant, the owner was so lovely. She sat down with us and actually really had a proper conversation with us, explaining where the food was from and the story behind it, and how tteokbokki is such a, I suppose, a national dish in Korea, because a lot of people really love tteokbokki, and how there's so many options with it, and that she brought over the brand Sinjeon over to Melbourne from Korea, which is so cool. And yeah, it's just like the whole aesthetic of this place was just so Korean, like Korean K-pop. Like if you guys watch K-dramas, that's kind of like the vibe that you get from this particular restaurant. My cousin is a huge fan of K-drama, so she was just like, oh my gosh, so overwhelmed. And then she and the owner were like really talking about going to Korea and stuff like that. Korea is definitely one of the places I do want to visit again. I visited Korea when I was probably, I don't know, 14, 15, like around that age range. So, you know, seeing the world in that at that age is a very different sort of like perspective as to when if I were to go now, like, you know, I would see things a lot differently. But yeah, the food was so good, and we had one of the sets, and that set was actually designed for 2 people in mind, but my cousin and I were really full, so it was really great value for money. So if you guys are looking to try out some Korean street food here in Melbourne, definitely check them out. I'll have a link down in the description box down below to their website, their Instagram as well. By the way, if you guys are wondering about the spice level, it wasn't that spicy, to be honest. Like, I am a casual spice eater. I wouldn't say I have a really high threshold for spice, but I can tolerate a decent amount of spice. And also the tteokbokki that we had cheese in it, melted cheese, so that really calmed the spice level down as well. So that was really nice. I do have to say, if you guys aren't really used to spice, you'll probably need to drink a lot of water, because all of the spices and the herbs, they can sort of like get you a bit dehydrated. Like, I am a bit dehydrated at the moment, so I am going to be drinking a lot more water. But otherwise, it was a really good experience. And I think that's pretty much it for me, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. In the next video, you guys are going to see me, if everything goes to plan, I'm going to go to Imaginaria, I think it's called. It's basically a light interactive show from what I understand. And I'm also going to be catching up with a couple of friends, and we might be going for another, I think it's a hot pot food thing again. I'm not really sure. You guys will see in the next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye. I should take a video of you doing it next time.
Okay.
Because I can't do shit like this.